first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. To start the drive, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Ball again on 2nd down. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 4th down. Here's Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. The Jets at a disappointing 0-4 through the first month of the year. It's been really a lost first month of the season, that's for sure.
And they still believe they have potential. They still believe they're a good team. But they have to absolutely start showing it right now. 0-4? That doesn't even sound right to them. But let's face it, you are what your record says you are until you break out of it.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Ball again on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll run with Hall. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now.
They'll go again with Hall. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
General, west.
Now it's Wilson. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with Hall. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
This is always a tricky angle for a right-footed kicker, because he's trying to draw it to the center of the uprights, but instead he pushes it to the right, and it's no good.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 39, Tua. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Now Tua. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game.
Now the ball comes loose. And the Dolphins have got it. No score after one on EA Sports. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. He's got a man complete, and he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Ball again on 2nd down. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 27.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Open man here is Conklin. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
18, chopper. 64, weak.
Play action. Now Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 23. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Well, the game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Well, they certainly took too long to set up play action, and that gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Wilson. They'll under pressure again, and down he goes again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. Here's the Jets punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Another catch there for Waddle. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. The end result, 21 yards.
First down catch there by Jalen Waddle. What a promising debut for the 6th overall pick in the 2021 draft. Led all rookies with 104 receptions, mainly catching passes from his college teammate, Tua Tagovailoa.
Let's go now. Shot, 17. Right, 97. Right, white, black, ultra. Blue, yellow. Field blue. Ready.
Tua going to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. Touchdown! Juwan Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something. Being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Wilson. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. From the 17, Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. 30, the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick six to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick six. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Okay, right.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Yellow.
2 now on first down. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Ready up.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
6, 7. Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
2 now on first down. He'll swing that out to Edmonds. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
52 blaster. Long red.
Here's Tagovailoa on first and 10. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So first and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it is 28-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind. No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't... And now here is another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
That's going to be caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it is 42-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 and the 24.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Gonna look deep for Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And he is going to lose yardage here. That was Carl Lawson in pursuit that time, and he gets the stop. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Another carry now for Edmonds. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. On target over the middle to Hill. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And he's got it. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken at the goal line. And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up.
Take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their...
And my goodness, another interception. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the return will stop right around the 25. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Setting to throw on first down is Tua.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki.
And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Yellow, blue, red, yellow.
Third and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. This is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Cedric Wilson, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Dolphins are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Keon Crossan.
There he goes, left side. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get...
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive first.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Tua. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. LaMarcus Joyner with the pick. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. Room here to run. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Throwing is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Ready?
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
Now Tua. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. First down, Miami.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And cycle. Green jack. Field clap. Clapper 6. Dog red.
Tagovailoa are going to try and throw on 3rd down. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he's got room. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, and we see this so often. There's excellent coverage downfield, so the quarterback makes a nice decision, just flip it out to the flat and see what the running back can do. Plenty of space to roam, and he turns it into a big play.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Ready?
And they'll indeed take a knee. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And they take a knee.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown?